Morning guys, how are you? Just got up nice and early. We're on Elvis Presley fan on keto. Just having a nice cup of tea. We also run Defending Elvis Presley. We have two, I think, great YouTube channels. And the Defending Elvis channel mainly defends Elvis. And let me just adjust the settings on here a minute. And the Elvis Presley fan on keto, we do like to also do health related stuff as well. I do think that many of us are older, aren't we guys? Many of us Elvis fans are a bit older. So because I'm into diet, I'm into health, I'm into carnivore diet, keto diet, I'm into exercising. I'm 57 years old. I have small children. I just think it's important that we eat well. We eat well, guys. And anyway, so I wanted to just quickly play a video that came up on my stream this morning. I think it was on Instagram. And it's got ANGIE MARCHESE in it. The lady that looks after all the archives and all the exhibits. And it basically, I just thought it was quite interesting, some of the things that she was showing to the audience. So on here it says ANGIE MARCHESE is the Vice President of Archives and Exhibits at Graceland and responsible for the artifacts of Elvis Presley. She oversees a team of archivists who preserve, catalogue and build the collection. Overseeing this is her job responsibilities. Overseeing the archivists, archivists, I can't even say the word. Cataloguing, preserving and building the collection. Deep cleaning the mansion. Creating a digital catalogue of archives. Maintaining the integrity of the collection and exhibits and exhibitions. Marquis started working at Graceland as a tour guide aged 17. That's interesting. She has worked at Graceland longer than Elvis. Wow. And then it says she has curated exhibitions. Oh look, there's a thing here, look. Graceland is at London Bridge. Oh yeah, we know about that one. Exclusive curator event with Graceland Vice President of Archives and Exhibits ANGIE MARCHESE. A must for any Elvis fan. ANGIE MARCHESE, Graceland's Vice President of Archives and Exhibits and curator of the Direct from Graceland, joins us from Memphis for a small number of VIP curator events. With ANGIE comes a number of items that have already left Graceland. These include the King's TCB ring, the gold key to his 1973 Stutz, his golden social security card, alongside some additional special surprises. So ANGIE actually came to this event. Experience the ultimate insider view as ANGIE MARCHESE shares captivating stories and insights regarding the life and legacy of Elvis Presley and his personal relationship to a handful of selected treasures arriving direct from the Graceland archives. Be one of the first to see the newly added artifacts to the exhibition, plus more iconic and exclusive items ANGIE will be sharing. These are once-in-a-lifetime events not to be missed. And there shows a picture of ANGIE here. I'm not sure if it's going to focus. Probably not. No, it doesn't really focus. I think it would focus. I've got to turn autofocus on. I think it's turned off. But so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start playing a clip I found, and then we're going to stop and start it and see what we think of it. Okay, guys? Let's get. I'm still trying to learn how to use my little gadget so I can play videos. I do think it's probably going to be a bit echoey. So I'll move a bit back just so that the webcam's not too near the laptop. So let's go for it.
Part of the 90 for 90 exhibit. And we will start with this box here.
Okay, let's see what we got. And now the footage
here, this is going to be a lot of the documents that.
Now the footage is a bit low quality. The audio isn't great, but let's just have a listen.
Didn't really make the cut for the exhibit. But the first thing that we have is, if anyone is familiar with the pictures taken in the music room, Elvis has a broken finger from playing football that day.
So I don't know if you can see, this is only January the 19th, so yesterday.
And he is actually becoming a member of the Distinguished Tyke of the Year Beta Phi chapter from Arkansas State. And this is the plaque that he is holding in the music room as he's becoming a fraternity brother to the other brothers at Arkansas State. And the great story about this is that that's where Jerry Schilling was going to college and playing football. And that's how all of this came about. And Elvis always wanted to go to college. Plus, we all know his love for football, and he wanted to play football so badly. So this kind of represented that brotherhood that he was becoming a part of. And he treasured it, and it's a treasured part of the archives. And so, and that was the story that this plaque was going to tell in the new exhibit, was Elvis actually fulfilling kind of a childhood dream to go to college and be part of a fraternity. So there's that one. Yeah. You could go walking around so we can see it. Yeah. This one's fun. Okay. So, this right here is a receipt. And on it are the names of Patsy Gamble, Laureen Pickett, Nancy Rooks, David Stanley, Jeannie LeMay, Mary Jenkins, Cora Smith, and Billy Stanley. And it is from Sid Carroll Pontiac. What's the date?
The date is September 23rd, 1974.
How much money did he spend that day in cars?
$44,021 and $14.
So those are the lucky people that all received Pontiacs that year as a gift from Elvis. They were either 1974 Pontiacs or 1975. And not only that.
Wow, that's just amazing. And the footage does get a bit clearer as we go on. I'm not sure who the lady is sat with Angie, but let's just keep going, guys.
This is the check that paid for all of those cars. The one that we.
So this is, I think this is like newly found stuff here. When it shows these checks, I think this is stuff that Angie hasn't shown before. Let's keep going.
The put in the exhibit was for 4 cars, and it was for $66,000.
Wow.
Whose writing is that? Is that Vernon's writing on the list there?
Oh, that list right there? Yeah, no, this is actually one of the secretaries, and as you can see, the secretary also made this out, even though Vernon signed it. But this check for $44,000, it says at the bottom note, it says for 8 cars.
You get a car.
You get a car.
Amazing, isn't it?
Everyone was getting cars, and this is the check for 8 cars.
Everyone was
And
getting
that's-
cars. He was so generous. It's like, I'm so impressed with Elvis. Just his kindness, his generosity, his giving. I always get the feeling that he didn't like having money, but he did. He obviously did like having money, but it was almost like as soon as he received it, he had to get rid of it. Like, he would obviously get paid very well sometimes, but then he would want to just give it all away. Like, I'm fascinated by that the kind of man that Elvis must have been to be that way. I love it. I love that he was. I don't think I've ever known anyone else to be like that. When I think about other celebrities, You know, we've got generous celebrities that are generous to charities, but Elvis took it to another level. He took it to another level. It included everybody. Of course, friends and family and people that work for him, but also complete strangers. And he just would reach out. I heard that he would even read newspapers in the in the 70s, looking for people to help, and then he would literally go to their homes and help them with his generosity. Unbelievable. But for me, believable, because it's Elvis. We know how good his heart was. So, a beautiful man.
List of the people who made it, who made the cut. Oh, this is one, this goes along with, when we were first doing this exhibit, I was literally in my office going through the database, and I would be like hollering down the hall, hey, have you guys seen this? And have you seen this?
I love her passion. Now, you can really tell that Angie loves what she does. She loves her job. I don't blame her, mind. She spends a lot of time at Graceland, and she spends all her time in amongst all these artifacts, these archives, preserving them with her team. And you have pure passion here, a pure love of Elvis, of course Lisa, Elvis's family, Elvis's history, the fans of Elvis. You just see it in her eyes, in her body language, the way she acts. She's perfect to do this job. Graceland really chose well with this lady.
So we'd be in the artifact building, and I'm just randomly pulling stuff and reading and going, oh my God, I didn't know this. So my staff joked that I should have part of a case that says things that fascinate Angie. But this is really fascinating because we all know that Elvis loved sports. He loved football, he loved karate. You know, he threw the baseball around in Germany. But have you ever heard anything about Elvis and basketball?
So this is a bit of an exclusive, I think. But basketball, yeah. I've never heard this. This is the first time I've heard of this. I'm interested to know what she has to say. Let me just check that the camera settings are good. I think you're going to like this, guys. So just so you know, it's first thing in the morning. It's like 6 in the morning, guys. So I'm still a bit asleep. But let's do it. I find it really interesting having my cup of tea with you guys, just making this video that I'm going to post when it's finished, and learning new things about Elvis. Okay.
No. Well, in December of 1971, this is from A.B. Christ Building and Designing, and it is a letter and a receipt for the building of a basketball court at Elvis's house in Palm Springs. Who knew?
And you can see she's completely surprised that, you know, when she came across this, it surprised her because she'd never known it. Let's keep going.
And it goes through and it spells out everything he did, material and labor for erecting basketball court as follows: the backboard, the ring, the net, the ball, city lumber to help put it together. It breaks everything down. The total cost plus 50% overhead was $295.81. And it says right there, what does it say? Requested by
Presley, appeared by.
It's funny because Elvis would just get an idea. He'd be on the phone. I want this. People would come, they'd agree the money, and off they'd go. And Elvis's thoughts, the things that he wanted, would happen. Simple as that.
Woody. And then it says, please pay Mr. Chris direct. Thank you. And here's the check. So now we have to go do some digging and to find out why Elvis had a basketball
I was
court.
going to say, are there any pictures of him playing basketball or anything?
None.
I just can't think of
I've
any.
never heard basketball, tennis, golf, nothing.
No.
Interesting.
And we were going through something. I'm like, am I reading this right? That's a basketball court. And it was.
She is fascinated, isn't she? She's like, whoa, a basketball court. Never heard this before. This is so interesting. I need to know more. I love it.
For the Palm Springs house. Yep, so another sport we have to investigate to see.
Yeah.
You've got some work to do, Angie.
He's playing basketball in those uniforms. Because, you know, he wear the football uniforms, he had to wear a basketball one too. Oh, these are pre-fade things. Let's see what's in this folder. So one of these did make the exhibit, but this is another one, and it is one of the letters that Dixie wrote Elvis that we found in his wallet.
Now, this is the reason I'm playing this video. This particular bit, and the basketball thing. A letter from Dixie. One of Elvis's very first girlfriends. Let's listen to it, guys.
So his high school wallet was actually found in his mom's purse up in the attic.
Wow, Elvis's high school wallet hidden in his mum's purse.
We also found a wallet from that same time of Vernon. So Gladys must have tucked them away in one of her purses when they weren't using them anymore. And it was so funny because when you open it, it's like a high school wallet. You know, there were a couple of photos.
I just find that fascinating, guys. Absolutely fascinating. That Gladys would have just, it's Elvis's stuff, I better keep it safe, he doesn't really need any more. I won't throw it away. I'll keep it safe. A typical parent that just looking after her kids' stuff, because there's no need to throw it away. I'm just straightening out the view. There's no need to throw it away. I'll keep it for Elvis. Could you imagine being that parent? Oh, I'll save Elvis's wallet. I'll just put it in one of my old purses. Fascinating.
Phone numbers in there. There were these letters that were all folded up in there. Everything that was important to Elvis when he was 18, 19 years old. And so this is a love letter from Dixie, and it was written, it says...
It is July 1954.
April 1954, and what does she call him? It says, "My dearest darling."
So here we go. Let me just pause it. So it was written in April 1954, and she starts it, "My dearest darling." Right, let's keep going.
She writes in cursive, which is a lost art these days. She says, "As I haven't written to you in a long time, I decided to write now." She's actually at school. She's at Southside High at the time, and it's 3:15 p.m. She goes, let me see, "Honey, it's been lonely when I'm not with you, and I could die. When you and I are together..."
Hear that? It's been lonely when I'm not with you, and I could die. When you and I are together.
Let me see, where is it? "When you and I are together, nothing more matters." And then it goes on. It just talks about, how simple life was back then. Anyway, so this is one of Dixie's love letters.
Wow.
She ends it with a P.S. and it says, "In the above sentences, I said, Gooding, please forgive me. I meant I'll see you after a while." Oh, she said goodbye. And she goes, "Please forgive me. I'll see you after a while. Love, Dixie." So, and then we also have in here...
I just love that. I just love that. Just the fact that they found it, that it still exists. Angie's found it in the archives. Just, wow, amazing.
This is famous onion skin paper from Colonel Parker's collection. And this is a memo dated July 20th, 1956.
So onion skin paper, I've never heard of that. That Colonel Tom Parker used.
And it is to Harry Ketchum at William Morris Agency. And it is from Tom Biskin. And it says, "Dear Harry, the Colonel asked me to advise you regarding the Universal Short that there was no contract, no talent payment, and that his dad was signing contracts for him at the time because he was a minor." So this is for the infamous and long-lost Pied Piper film that was filmed while Elvis was performing on a bill with Bill Haley and the Comets up in Cleveland, Ohio. And so we have all of the...
See, I'm not sure about this. I'd have to watch it. The Long Lost Pied Piper film with Bill Haley and the Comets. Okay.
Documents that
I'll look that up.
basically Colonel put a stop to that film being released.
Wow, I've never heard of that. So the Colonel actually stopped that film being released. Let's keep listening.
Because Elvis wasn't paid for it, and he was a minor at the time and didn't sign a contract.
But we don't know where.
So he was a minor. So how old is a minor then? Was he 18? 19? You tell me, guys. Leave it in the comments.
But it's infamous. It's lost because there was actually a guy from the Rock Hall that I was working with that was trying to track this footage down years ago, and he said that he gotten as far as it went to Universal, which we can prove it was a Universal product.
So
and so
Universal?
I went through the collection and found all the documents we had and said basically Colonel never got a copy of it, and he said that they couldn't release it, so Universal has it, and then Universal had that fire.
So there's a possibility that Universal actually have it. Yeah, is that what she's saying? It still exists. This long lost film footage, Pied Piper.
It could be lost for the ages, but it was just interesting being able to use these documents to kind of track that down.
Yeah.
Because that's when you hear Bill Randall talking about, we saw this guy first on a movie short.
On the movie short,
So it's that movie short.
It was that movie short.
We're looking for.
And Elvis had a really bad perm. Have you ever seen those pictures of him with the perm? Yeah, that was the foot. So I don't know if he really wanted the footage not shown because Elvis was underage or because he had a bad perm. But yeah. And then where's Tom? Is Tom still passing that plaque around?
He's over there.
Oh, you're over there, Tom? Okay. Also, in the exhibition, you will see lots of.
I just put it in my notes because I want to look that up. Pied Piper, long lost film at Universal. Very interested in that.
These are quarter-inch tapes. These are the things that Elvis used. He used for recording his favorite TV shows, and then he would play them on the plane when he traveled. Or you can play them in the house on the different VCRs that he had at the house at the time. And this one, let's see what movie it is. Oh, this is a Kennedy documentary. Yeah. Let me see what else we have in here.
Sorry.
Is there anything? Oh, you have an empty box? And let me see what this one is.
Guys, I find this really interesting. It's like I'm in the room with them. I would love to go to that. I would love to go to something where she is showing the audience things that they've never seen.
This one says, it says from Vernon's office. And there is no title on it. Oh wait, no, there's a title. It's approximately 9 minutes long, and it is a tribute to Elvis from 1977. So this was something that they sent Vernon, a copy of a tribute that someone did for Elvis.
Wow.
My favorite one of these, which is
that.
actually an exhibit, and this is funny because when I first got to archives, I saw these, and there was 3 of them, and they all said Godfather 1, Godfather 2, and Godfather 3, and I'm like, wait a minute. Elvis wasn't around when Godfather 2 and Godfather 3 came out, and I was just like, I didn't understand why he would have copies of them on quarter-inch tapes. Well, these tapes are only 45 minutes long, so it was the first Godfather, the first 45 minutes, the second 45 minutes, and then the final. So, he built in intermissions. If you were watching movies, you had to switch the tape out.
Switch the tape.
Yeah.
So, Ange, what do you guys do? I mean, obviously.
So I heard that Elvis loved The Godfather. It's one of his favourite films. Yeah, I heard that.
Over the years, you come across these, you want to watch them. Especially the ones that aren't labeled.
Right, and in the archives, we actually have what we call Jurassic Park, where we've got all the ancient equipment that still works, where we can actually watch these and digitize these into our system.
So when you watch it, you're also digitizing it at the same time.
And it's actually really cool. I can remember watching Monty Python.
Sorry guys, I'm just messing around.
We were transferring it, and I'm like, this is so cool. I'm actually watching the same film that Elvis watched of this movie. It's just an unbelievable experience to be able to do that.
Now, have you seen them all, or they're still?
No, we've seen them all.
You've seen everything that you found.
Everything's been digitized that we found. That's how I figured out it was 3 parts to The Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, get it now. I was young back then. Now I know better. So Tom, I have something for you up here. Yeah? Yeah, the next box. You're over there. Well, we'll share it, then you can come look at it. Okay? I gotta pull one more box up.
Come on, what you got?
What else is under that table there?
I wonder what it... Guys, I wonder what it is. I wonder what it is.
We all know that Elvis loved to travel by planes and trains and all of that. But this is the way that I would have liked to travel with Elvis.
Here we go. What's it going to be, guys?
It's an Elvis on tour van. And not only... We had it upside down.
Well, you had it on the...
It's in the box backwards. So...
Oh, it's in there, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not just the box.
That's so cool. It still works.
We have the van, and then we also have inside the van.
The stickers.
This actually is a biography about Elvis, and I love this part because it has a official. The stickers do come with it; they're just not up here. But I love this part because it's an official entry form. So if you bought the van.
Guys, when I first became an Elvis fan, I was like 4 or 5 years old. I would have loved that. I would have wanted that big time.
You got an official entry form to enter a sweepstakes to win a real pink Cadillac.
Wow.
And the expiration date to put these in to win the real pink Cadillac was January 31st, 1975.
Did you see that? You had an entry ticket to win a real pink Cadillac, and it says 1975, so Elvis was still alive. So Elvis would have been part of this idea for this competition.
So, which would have been my 3rd birthday.
The price tag is on here.
Is it? What does it
It
say?
was from Toys R Us, and it was
Toys R Us.
$11.97.
Isn't that great? Look, it even has seats inside.
Then the door slides.
The door slides.
Wow.
Yeah. And it has a little steering wheel that moves. Look, Tom, I got your car. You can drive home. There you go. It
Brilliant.
is the Elvis on tour van.
Brilliant. Love it, guys.
So these are just a few of the fun things that we pulled and some of the stories that...
Guys, I wish I was there. I'd love to go to one of these. I actually may look into it. I'd love to do that. How often is Angie going to come to London? Obviously, I'm from England, so she spends probably 99% of her time at Gracelands. So I would love to have been here.
We wanted to share that didn't actually make the exhibit, but that was a lot of fun to talk about.
Thank you, Angie.
My artifacts I pulled today are the artifacts that just missed the cut from being part of the 90 for 90 exhibit. And we will start with this box.
Right, that's it. So it starts again now. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Obviously the quality isn't good. It's probably echoing a bit as well. I'm going to upload it now. I'm going to try and find some more of these old things that show the archives. But this is yesterday. So this is 19th of January 2025. It's like, I just found the whole thing fascinating. Of course, I'm an Elvis fan. I'm a Lisa Marie fan. I always find anything Elvis extremely interesting. But this is a little bit different than what we normally post on Defending Elvis and on Elvis Presley Fan. So thanks guys, hope you enjoyed it. I'll check you out on the next video. Thanks a lot. It's still very early in the morning, so I'm going to mix up a nice coffee and I'm going to do another video now. Thanks guys, take care, all the best to you. Let's look at the things in my way. Bye.